Well, for me, it's very important that after 10 years of being here, that we wrap up Clark Kent. From day one, it's always been about who this character has been before he becomes Superman. And I think that that's still a very true statement for the show. And I think it's a theme that I hope to accomplish.
I know what the fans would like to see with Clark and Lois. I suppose they want to see him in blue tights flying around and Lois being rescued from some wonderful thing or dangerous thing. And but I mean, more seriously, of course, the culmination of him truly, grasping his destiny and becoming Superman. And she is the Lois Lane of the comics, and she is that reporter, and yet she's there, that strength for him.
I think for me, the one scene and the one moment are sort of the same. And it would be Christopher Reeve, working with him, being able to go to New York and working with him for the day. I mean, it was just such an inspiration, and it was such a fantastic scene. And even for the show, it was a big moment for Clark that really set him up for the rest of the series. And to be able to experience that was very special.
The moment that really pushed Lex over the edge, that was, I guess, for me, it was pretty intense, was when he killed his father, when he pushes him out the window 100 stories up to his death, and then he realizes the realization of what he had done, and that's just like, there's no going back, there's no looking back. That part of you is always there. He kind of ripped the rear view mirror off after that and never looked back.
He shows up today, and it's like he never left. And we just fell right back into having fun and having a great time. And I realized how much I think I've missed him, and how fantastic it is to see him again and be able to work with him. And that's been a lot of fun.
I laughed, actually, because I'll leave it to Michael to wait till the last few days, and then everybody finds out that he's coming back, and we didn't know, and it's so him, and it's so spontaneous, and that just is the way he is. And true to form, I was doing a very intense scene yesterday, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw, I thought it was background. I was like, there's no background in the scene. What's going on? And it took me half a second. I was like, Michael Rosenbaum, and boom, he was right in there and giving everybody hugs, and that was his way of returning to us. And I think that, of course, the fans love it, and it's the way it should be. He's Lex Luthor, so I think it's a great, great way to end the show.
With Lex Luthor being back, I think that there's no better way for Clark to transform into Superman without Lex being part of it. There is no Superman without Lex, that's for sure.
I think it's important that Clark understands that I just won't change, that some people can't change. And I have to realize that same thing with Clark. He hid it for his own reasons. He didn't hide it, his gift from me, because to be deceitful. He did it for his own reasons, his own personal reasons, to protect himself. But I don't see it that way, and I'll never see it that way. So you finally come to terms with it that this guy's never going to change. We can never be friends. We can never have what we had. It's kind of like a relationship, right? You date a girl, and it's like, oh, we had so many wonderful moments. I can't stand you. Even looking at you, I'm very unattracted to you. Not you, but just, figuratively.
The Clark and Lois relationship is a complicated one. And not only does Clark have to juggle a lot for himself, but Lois has a lot to deal with as being the other side of the relationship. They find a version of balance as the series comes to an end. I think it's a very good balance that'll last them a long time, but it's not a simple one, and I think it's exciting.
It's an emotional roller coaster. It has been for me this year. I've had my ups and I've had my downs, and I know that change is good and all of those things, but I think that you start to really look around and appreciate all those great moments and how positive the experience has been, and how wonderful the people that I've worked with have been, and it's not always like that everywhere. So for me, it's like a moment of reflection, and I'm able to look back and go, wow, I was so lucky to get to do that.
I just think it was a great experience. It was an experience, that's for sure. I mean, being on a hit TV show, we're very fortunate. Most shows don't last the pilot, maybe a season, 2 seasons. If you're lucky, maybe 3. This lasted as long as you could last.
10 years has been fantastic. Surrounded by really great people who care and work really hard. A lot of dedication. Three things that I think you need in order to survive this long. Now that we've done it, and I think those are key elements to why we're still here. The fourth element would be the fans, because if they weren't watching, we wouldn't have lasted even a year.